Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Rifki Padurahman. My number ID is 23220117. Today I will be to the final exam, explain of the measure of language assessment. The title of the language assessment is oral presentation. Okay, let's today explain of the about oral presentation. Definition oral presentation. Oral presentations, also known as public speaking or simply presentations, consist of an individual or a group of people verbally addressing an audience on a particular topic. The aim of this academic exercise is to educate, inform, entertain, or present an argument. Our presentations are seen within workplaces, classrooms, and even at social events such as weddings. And our presentation at university assists the presenter's ability to communicate relevant information effectively in an interesting and engaging manner. The purpose of an oral presentation. Generally, oral presentation is public speaking, either individually or as a group, the aim of which is to provide information, entertain, persuade the audience, or educate. In an academic setting, oral presentations are often accessible tasks with a marking criteria. Therefore, students are being evaluated on their capacity to speak and deliver relevant information within a set time frame. An oral presentation differs from a speech in that it usually has visual aids and may involve audience interactions. Ideas are both shown and explained. A speech, on the other hand, is a formal verbal discourse addressing an audience without visual aids and audience participation. The next types of oral presentation. Number one, individual presentation. Read and remember that everyone gets nervous when speaking in public. You're in control. You've got this. Now that your content, the number one way to have a smooth presentation is to know what you want to say and how you want to say it. Write it down and rehearse it until you feel relaxed and confident and do not have to rely heavily on notes while speaking. Eliminate ums and ahs from your oral presentation vocabulary. Speak slowly and clearly and pause when you need to. It is not a contest to see who can race through the presentation the fastest or fit the most content within the time limit. The average person speaks at a rate of 125 words per minute. Therefore, if you are required to speak for 10 minutes, you will need to write and practice 1,250 words for speaking. Ensure you time yourself and get it right. Number two, group presentation. All of the above applies. However, you are working as part of a group. So, how should you approach group work? Firstly, if you are not assigned to a group by your rector or tutor, choose people based on their availability and accessibility. If you cannot meet face-to-face, you may schedule online meetings. Next, get to know each other. It's easier to work with friends and then strangers. Also consider everyone's strengths and weaknesses. This will in the discussion that will often lead to task or role allocations within the group. However, everyone should be carrying an equal level of the workload. Some groups with members may be more focused on getting the script written, with a different section for each team member to say. Others may be more experienced with the presentation software and skilled in editing and refining PowerPoint slides, so they are appropriated for the presentation. Use one visual aid or one set of PowerPoint slides for the whole group. Take turns presenting information and ideas. The next, writing your presentation. Approach the oral presentation task just as you would any other assignment. Review the available topics, do some background reading and research to ensure you can talk about the topic for the appropriate length of time and in an informed manner. Break the question down as demonstrated in chapter 17, breaking down an assignment. Where it differs from writing an essay is that the information in the writing speech must align with the visual aid. Therefore, with each idea, concept, or new information you write, think about how they might be visually displayed through minimal text and the occasional use of images. Process to write your ideas in full, but consider that not all information will end up on a PowerPoint slide. After all, it is you who are doing the presenting, not the PowerPoint. Your presentation skills are being evaluated. This may include a small presentation for the actual visual aid. This is also why it is important that everyone has a turn at speaking during the presentation, as each person receives their own individual grade. The next, planning and presenting an oral presentation. Review the subject online. Look for all relevant detail that you will need to understand the requirements of the task, including when it is due, the weight of the assessment, and the length of the time you have to present. Review the assessment criteria. What are you being assessed on? Next, analyze the task. Determine the purpose of the presentation. Do you need to answer a specific question? The next, consider the audience. What are their expectations of your content and deliver? Brainstorm. Map out everything you already know about the topic. Write down any ideas you can use to interact with the audience or engage them, and jot down what the questions, explanations, and information you want the audience to be provided with. The next, do research, find relevant material, take notes, and remember to keep the reference use. Organize your ideas. Create a logical presentation so the information flows well. In some ways, this is more important when presenting orally, as your audience does not have the option of reading back over things that are not clear to them. Pay attention to the language you are using. Presentations should be delivered in spoken or conversational language rather than written language. Therefore, try to avoid overlong sentences which will be difficult to follow by your audience. This being said, an academic presentation is still an academic exercise. You will need to remain precise, but make sure you explain and define complex terms and provide illuminating examples. Audience interaction and engagement. Even if it is not a specific requirement, it is good practice to engage the audience and or to have them interact during your presentation. Check the assessment description and marking criteria to understand what will be required. Examples of ways to ensure audience interaction are: number 1, asking questions, testing the audience, and providing a quiz. Number 2, allowing the audience to ask questions. Number 3, providing handouts. Consider a fill in the blank document that goes hand in hand with the slideshow or the information you are presenting. The next, asking someone to volunteer if there are demonstrations. Using visual aids. In many oral presentation assessments, you will be allowed or required to use visual aids, such as slides, images, or props, to add an interesting feature and engage the audience. Keep your visual aids clear and to the point, and ensure that they are easily readable by your audience. Make sure that all The visual elements you include are directly related to the topics you present. If you decide to include a chart, table, or graph, make sure your comment on the figures during the presentation. In other words, do not expect the audience to synthesize the information. It is the job of the presenter to extract and present the most relevant information in a succinct way. Next, images and graphs. Your audience will respond better to slides that deliver information quickly. Images and graphs are a good way to do this. However, they are not always appropriate or necessary. 1. When choosing images, it is important to find images that 2. Support your presentation and aren't just decorative. Number 3. Are high quality. However, using large HD picture files can make the PowerPoint file too large overall for submission via Turnitin. Next, you have permission to use Creative Commons license, royalty-free, own images, or purchases. The next, suggested sites for free-to-use images. For example, OpenClipArt, Clipping Culture, Beautiful Free Image and Pictures, Unsplash. Pixful or royalty-free stock photos, free download. When we share, everyone wins. Creative Commons. The next, nonverbal communication. It is clear by the name that nonverbal communication are the ways that we communicate without speaking. Many people are already aware of this. However, here are a few tips that relate specifically to oral presentations. Being confident and looking confident are two different things. Fake it until you make it. Number 1, avoid slouching or leaning. Standing up straight instantly gives you an air of confidence. Number 2, move. When you glue to one spot as a presenter, you're not perceived as either confident or dynamic. Use the available space effectively to do not exaggerate your natural movements so you look ridiculous. The next, if you're someone who speaks with their hands, resist the urge to constantly wave the arm. They detract from your message. Occasional gestures are fine. The next, be animated, but don't fit. As someone to watch you rehearse and identify if you have any nervous, repetitive habits you may be unaware of. For example, constantly touching or finger combing your hair, rubbing your face. The next, avoid voice fidgets also. If you need to call or clear your throat, do you so once, then take a drink of water. Avoid distractions. No phone turn on, whether available, but off to one side. The next, keep your distance. Don't hover over front row audience members. This can be intimidating. Have a careful demeanor. You do not need to grin like a Cheshire cat throughout the presentation, yet your facial expression should be relaxed and welcoming. The next, maintain an engaging tone in your voice. Sometimes it is not what you are saying that is putting your audience to sleep. It's your monotone tone, vary your tone and pace. Don't read your presentation, present it. Internalize your script so can speak with confidence and only occasionally revert to your notes if needed. Lastly, make good eye contact with your audience members so they know you are talking with them, not at them. You're having a conversation, which the link below for some great speaking tips, including a contact. Okay, the next, recorded presentations. For some assessment, you will be required to provide a recorded presentation or individual or group recorded presentation. For a narrated PowerPoint presentation, your slide will give a structure to your presentation. Number 1, start by thinking about the overall structure of your narrative or the skeleton. Then base the slides on the many points you are discussing. Make sure each slide has clear headings and subheadings to orient the reader. The next, include clear topics and sentence to introduce the subject matter. The next, make sure you define technical terms and explain what they mean. The next, illustrate your points through carefully selected examples. And use appropriate sources to support your argument and reference the sources on the PowerPoint slides. And make sure you provide a reference list at the end. Consider background. A busy background will be distracting. Consider lighting from the front rather than behind you. Composition, how large will you be in the frame? And minimize background noise. How many slides? How many words? For a PowerPoint presentation, aim for 1 or 2 slides per minute as a rough guide. Avoid displaying too much information on any one slide. Just provide the key points. In your narration, explain or expand on the key points. Make sure your text is between 14 or 20 points with the last single spacing between lines. Only use images that complement the text. Do not use visual for decoration purpose. Aim for around 100 or 150 words maximum per minute. Then practice to check your timing. Preparing to present. Once you have completed writing your presentation, remember, this needs to sound like spoken language, not written language. And have finalized your visual aids, it is time to practice the presentation. When practicing your speech, consider these aspects. Speak slowly and clearly. Demonstrate enthusiasm and keen interest in the topic. Vary pitch, tone, and speed to retain audience interest. Do not read off your palm cards. Maintain a contact with the audience. Maintain good posture so you can be clearly heard. Use natural hand gestures. Use a natural tone of voice. Practice to improve your confidence. Practice pronunciation of difficult words by breaking them into syllables. Be mindful of your body language. Time yourself to make sure you are within the time limits. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for explaining our representation of language assessment. Thank you so much of the part 1. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Rifki Padurahman. Today I will be the interview of the language assessment. The topic is verbal essay of education. With my partner is Vita. Hello Vita.
Hello Rifki.
How is it going?
Great, how about you?
I'm good, thank you. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Okay, I'm right here to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Vita. I college in Binasarana University. My major is literature.
English literature?
Yeah, English literature.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's good. Okay, today I will be as of the question for you.
Sure.
Exactly 5 questions for you. Okay. The question 1: what motivates you to pursue higher education, and why have you chosen this particular field of study?
Of course, I am motivated to pursue higher education because I have a strong desire to deepen my understanding of the English language and apply this knowledge to real world challenges. And then I am particularly drawn to this field because my passion for English is being able to carry my dreams to other parts of the world. This field offers tremendous opportunities to make a real impact, whether through a particular aspect of this field that aligns with you, Mr. Rizky.
Yeah.
By pursuing higher education, I hope to gain the experience, skill, and resource needed to make a meaningful contribution to this field and excite personal and professional growth.
Wow, that's so great for everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, the next
Okay.
question. Can you tell me, describe a situation where you had to work with others to achieve a common goal? And how did you contribute to the team? And what did you learn from the experience?
Okay, in a recent group project, our team was tasked with developing a comprehensive marketing strategy for our local business. I contribute by talking the lead in the market research, gathering data on industry trend and competitors strategies, and systemizing that information into actionable insight. And then I also help work to structure the plan and facilitate communication among a team member to ensure we stay aligned with our goals and deadlines.
Wow, that's awesome for the question.
Thank you, Mr. Rizky.
Okay, the next question is, how do you handle failure or setbacks? Can you provide an example of a time when you faced a challenge and how you overcame it?
When faced with failure or setback, I try to view them as a learning opportunities rather than obstacle. I focus on identifying what went wrong, understanding how I can improve, and then making adjustment for the future. One example of this was during a project where I was leading a team to design a prototype for a product. Despite our effort, the initial design failed to meet the client expectation, and the feedback was shook to hear. Rather than feeling disgruntled, I took the feedback constructively. I organized a meeting with the team to assess what went wrong and brainstorm potential solutions. We divided the task differently, priorities, clever communication, and reworked the design.
Okay, wow, sounds great for
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, the next question, what are some of the qualities you believe make a successful student? And how do you demonstrate these qualities in your own life?
I believe that successful students share qualities such as discipline, curiosity, time management, and the ability to persevere through challenge. Discipline hard students stay focused on their goals, while positivity drives them to continual seek deeper understanding and knowledge. Time management is essential for balancing academic responsibilities, and perseverance allow them to stay motivated even when facing obstacles.
Wow, that's good. Okay, the next question is, in your opinion, what is the role of education in addressing societal issues? And how do you plan to use your education to make an impact?
I believe education plays a crucial role in addressing social issues by equipping individuals with the knowledge, critical thinking skills, and empathy needed to understand and tackle complex problems. Education empowers people to change exciting systems, generate innovative solutions, and advocate for positive change. It also fosters a deeper awareness of social, economic, and environmental challenge, helping to shape responsible and information citizens who can make a difference.
Okay, thanks for the time for Vita. You're the answer for my question for this interview. Thank you so much for you today.
Thank you so much.
Okay, see ya.